Long before European ships arrived, the land we now call America was already home to a rich tapestry of cultures and civilizations. America was home to diverse and vibrant Native American cultures, each with its own unique traditions, languages, and ways of life. From the dense forests of the Northeast to the vast plains of the Midwest and the arid deserts of the Southwest, Native American tribes adapted to their environments in remarkable ways. These first Americans lived across the continent, from the icy tundras of Alaska to the tropical climates of Florida. They developed distinct cultures and societies, each with its own social structures, spiritual beliefs, and artistic expressions. They fished in its rivers, hunted in its forests, and farmed its fertile lands. Their knowledge of the natural world was profound, allowing them to thrive in diverse ecosystems. They cultivated crops like maize, beans, and squash, which became staples in their diets and were later adopted by European settlers. Their stories, languages, and traditions were deeply connected to the land. Oral traditions passed down through generations kept their histories alive. Ceremonies and rituals marked important events and seasons, reinforcing their connection to the earth and the cosmos. They thrived for centuries before the arrival of Europeans, building communities that were both resilient and innovative. Their societies were not static. They evolved over time, adapting to changes in climate, resources, and intertribal relationships. These first Americans built complex societies with intricate social hierarchies and governance systems. Some tribes formed confederacies, like the Iroquois Confederacy, which influenced the democratic principles later adopted by the United States. They had sophisticated systems of government and trade. Trade networks spanned vast distances, connecting tribes from different regions and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. These networks were the lifeblood of their economies and helped to foster peaceful relations among tribes. They left behind impressive architecture and art, evidence of their rich cultural heritage. From the cliff dwellings of the ancestral Puebloans to the mound complexes of the Mississippian culture, their architectural achievements were both functional and symbolic. Their story is an essential part of understanding America's past. By learning about the first people of this land, we gain a deeper appreciation for the diverse and complex history that has shaped the nation we know today. Their legacy lives on in the cultural practices, languages, and traditions that continue to be celebrated by Native American communities across the country. In the late 15th century, European explorers arrived in America. Seeking new opportunities and riches, they claimed the land for their own. This marked the beginning of European colonization, a period of profound change for America. Europeans established colonies and began to spread across the continent. They brought their own cultures, languages, and beliefs, which shaped the development of the new nation. However, this period was also marked by conflict and disease, as colonization had a devastating impact on Native American populations and their way of life. As the colonies grew, so did their desire for self-governance. Tensions with Great Britain escalated over issues of taxation and representation. This led to the American Revolution, a pivotal chapter in American history. In 1776, the colonies declared their independence from British rule. The Declaration of Independence, a powerful statement of human rights and liberty, became a cornerstone of American identity. Led by George Washington, the colonists fought a long and difficult war for their freedom. After winning independence, the young nation embarked on a period of westward expansion. Driven by a belief in manifest destiny, Americans moved west, seeking land and opportunity. This expansion, however, came at a cost. The issue of slavery, already a source of tension, became increasingly divisive as new territories were added. The nation was split between the North, where slavery was largely opposed, and the South, where it was deeply entrenched in the economy and society. This division ultimately led to the Civil War. Section 5. Building a Modern Nation, Industrialization, and the Progressive Era. The late 19th century saw America transform into an industrial powerhouse. Factories and cities boomed and new technologies emerged. This period of rapid industrialization brought both progress and challenges. While industrial growth created wealth and opportunity for some, it also led to social problems, such as poverty, inequality, and exploitation of workers. In response, a movement known as the Progressive Era emerged, advocating for social justice, labor rights, and government reforms. Section 6. A World at War: America's Role in the 20th Century. The 20th century was a transformative period for the United States, marked by its emergence as a global superpower and its involvement in numerous conflicts that shaped the modern world. The 20th century brought 2 world wars and a new global role for America. The United States initially maintained a stance of neutrality during World War I, but eventually joined the conflict in 1917, tipping the scales in favor of the Allies. The war marked America's first major foray into international military engagement, setting the stage for its future role on the world stage. The nation emerged from World War I as a major power and played a pivotal role in the defeat of Nazi Germany and Japan in World War II. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 galvanized the American public and led to full-scale involvement in the war. American forces were crucial in key battles such as D-Day, and the country's industrial might provided the Allies with the necessary resources to achieve victory. Following World War II, America entered into a period of Cold War rivalry with the Soviet Union. This era was characterized by a tense standoff between the two superpowers, each vying for global influence. The United States adopted a policy of containment to prevent the spread of communism, leading to involvement in various conflicts such as the Korean War and the Vietnam War. This ideological conflict shaped global politics for decades and had a profound impact on American foreign policy and domestic life. The Cold War era saw significant advancements in technology and space exploration, driven by the competition between the United States and the Soviet Union. Domestically, the fear of communism led to the Red Scare and McCarthyism, affecting the lives of many Americans. The eventual dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the end of the Cold War, solidifying America's position as the world's leading superpower. Section 7. Fighting for Equality, the Civil Rights Movement. Despite progress in other areas, the issue of racial inequality persisted in America. The civil rights movement of the mid-20th century challenged segregation and discrimination against African Americans. Led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., the movement fought for equal rights and opportunities for all Americans, regardless of race. Through peaceful protests, boycotts, and legal challenges, they achieved significant victories in dismantling segregation and advancing civil rights. Section 8. America in the 21st Century, a Time of Change. The turn of the 21st century brought new challenges and opportunities. America witnessed technological advancements, globalization, and evolving social norms. The nation grappled with issues such as terrorism, climate change, and economic inequality. Despite these challenges, America continued to evolve, embracing diversity and striving for progress. The nation's story in the 21st century is still being written, shaped by the actions and aspirations of its people. Section 9. America's Place in the World. From its beginnings as a collection of colonies, America has always been a land of promise and potential. The early settlers, driven by the hope of a better life, laid the foundations of what would become a powerful nation. These colonies, scattered along the eastern seaboard, were the first stepping stones in a journey that would span centuries. As the nation grew, it faced numerous challenges and opportunities. The Industrial Revolution transformed America from a primarily agrarian society into an industrial powerhouse. Factories sprang up, cities expanded, and the economy boomed. However, this period was not without its struggles. Labor disputes, economic inequalities, and the fight for workers' rights marked this era. The 20th century brought even more significant changes. America emerged as a global superpower, playing pivotal roles in both world wars. The bravery and sacrifice of American soldiers during these conflicts cemented the nation's place on the world stage. The post-war era saw America leading the charge in technological and scientific advancements. Innovators like Thomas Edison and the space race exemplified the nation's spirit of ingenuity. Yet, America's journey was also marked by internal struggles. The civil rights movement of the 1960s was a pivotal moment in the nation's history, highlighting the ongoing fight for equality and justice. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and countless others fought tirelessly to ensure that the promise of America was accessible to all its citizens. As America navigates the complexities of the 21st century, its past serves as both a guide and a reminder of the enduring principles upon which it was founded. The modern era presents new challenges and opportunities, Political debates rage on, technological advancements continue to reshape our world, and the quest for a more inclusive and equitable society remains at the forefront. The resilience and adaptability of the American spirit are more crucial than ever as the nation faces global challenges such as climate change, economic disparities, and geopolitical tensions. Liberty, equality, and the pursuit of happiness for all. These core values enshrined in the Declaration of Independence continue to inspire and guide the nation. As America looks to the future, it does so with a deep sense of its history and a commitment to the principles that have defined its journey. The story of America is far from over, and its place in the world remains as significant as ever.